A warning, this report from our royal correspondent Rhian Mannings contains discussions of suicide.
How are you?
Hello.
So nice to see you.
Oh.
Behind the smiles, this was always going to be the hardest of conversations. In 2012, Rhian Mannings' son George died suddenly when he was only 1. Just 5 days later, her husband Paul took his own life.
If you could say something or wanted to say something to Paul, what would you have said?
There's only one thing I would ever say to him if I had time with him, and that would be, why didn't you speak to me? I think I ask myself that every single day. He was absolutely devastated. He did keep blaming himself that weekend, but I would just like to sit him down like this and just say, why didn't you come to me? Because he's missed out on just so much joy, and we would have been okay. And I think that's what the hardest thing is. We would have been okay. You okay?
I'm sorry, it's hard to ask you questions that I know.
Hard,
no,
and
it is.
you've experienced loss yourself.
It's okay.
Life can throw you these awful curveballs, but by talking about it, by, having hope, you can continue.
His conversation with Rhian has been released to mark World Mental Health Day because as people have got better at talking, this remains such a taboo.
Unfortunately, there's still a lot of stigma around suicide. Did you feel that at the time?
I was quite surprised by it. I'd never been touched by suicide. It was something that happened in the news. Nobody would talk about it or actually say what happened. And I found that really confusing at the time.
And obviously, your children were very young when this happened. Many families probably might struggle to work out, do we talk about it, do we not?
Yeah.
What's your advice on that?
I think it's important never to lie. There's ways in being truthful and just being gentle. As a parent, you know your children better than anybody else.
On Suicide Prevention Day last month, William visited Cardiff's Principality Stadium, where his Royal Foundation is backing a special drop-in centre for people to chat. But now the foundation is going even further by launching the National Suicide Prevention Network, covering all 4 nations and backed by £1 million in funding initially for 3 years.
Hello.
Financial backing as well as his vocal support, but knowing it is people like Rhian, who he first met 8 years ago, who really show there can be hope.
Let's stand together, let's talk about it. Let's get people in the public eye talking about it. We can help each other. This really doesn't have to be what happens.
Rhian Mannings, Sky News.
And if you've been affected by this story and want to talk to someone, you can call the Samaritans on 116123 or email joe@samaritans.org.